Yeah, my vets have put a lot of confidence in me. My coaching staff has put a lot of confidence in me. They really don't treat me like a rookie. And they always just are there for me. They help me with plays, defensive assignments, and just being there as much as I can. I mean, it really helped me not being in foul trouble. Well, being in foul trouble, but going into the fourth quarter, not fouling anymore. So when I'm on the court, it's much better for me, and not having to sit down and not being able to help my teammates as much as I can. So. Yeah.
Usually, in games, you get to look back and you think, oh, I could have done this better. This week, you got the chance to kind of do that, playing them back to back. Free throws being one of the things, and you can answer too. But what were some of the things you got to get back and fix immediately, getting to play them back to back?
Boxing out and rebounding. I think that was something that we really needed to do. I think they got a lot of rebounds that first game, and I think that was something that we really look back. I know that they're a great defensive team, they're a great rebounding team, and just being able to do those things, I know we're going to be able to pull it out.
That's good to get that first with you under your belt.
Angel, the other night, Lotto came and said that she came to see you. Tonight when you were playing, you had such a crowd out there. You talk about the impact that that you feel like you're having right now on the game.
I mean, they're not just coming to see me, they're coming to see all of us. Being able to grow women's basketball, it's long overdue. I mean, a lot of these women, Diamond, she's won a championship, and I want to do the things that she's done here in Chicago. So being able to just give them their flowers, because that's what they deserve, and they earn this. A lot of them have done a lot of great things for the game, and I've admired this for a long time and watched a lot of them play. So being able to get this finally and being able to have more people come to the game, expect a lot more, for sure.
Angel, how were you able to adjust from early foul trouble and then actually close this out?
Keeping my hands off of people, not going for everything, and stand down on my man. I mean, obviously these players are vets and 4 or 5 year players, so they're kind of going to try to outsmart me. So being able to listen to my teammates and coaches and them putting confidence in me throughout the game was really important for me.
You got 3 fouls early. Talk to me. I was right there by your bench. You really, kept the bench high, kept supporting your players. Talk about how important it is to support the players, while you're on the bench, because you were on there for a long time, second quarter, but you stayed engaged in the game. Talk about how important that is for your team to see you support them like that.
Yeah, even though I'm young, I know I bring a lot of energy to this team. I know my energy is contagious, and I just try to boost everybody up as much as I can. I kind of figure my teammates out and how and when they like to be talked to or certain times. So just trying to keep everybody going, because of course the other team went on a couple runs and just staying together. At one point we were down 8, one point we were down 12, but we didn't give up. So just being able to kind of have that voice and being able to listen to me is important.
Simon, how are you feeling after your second game back? You're up from 18 minutes, put in 24 and led the team with 16 points.
Yeah, I mean, I feel great, just trying to, since I've been on this minutes restriction, just trying to be as impactful as I can with the minutes that I'm giving right now. Super grateful for our medical team, medical staff for just making sure that I'm progressing in the right ways. Coach Boone for trusting me, being vocal about how I'm feeling, but I feel great, and I'm really blessed and I'm really fortunate. This is the first of many, and I'm just really grateful to be a part of this organization.
Hey, Diamond, coach always affectionately calls you the comeback kid. I just wanted to get your feelings on just how you feel in this moment and just the leadership that you show today.
Yeah, I mean, life is crazy sometimes. It gives you some pretty tough battles. I'm hindsight is always 2020, and I'm very grateful for everything that I've been through. It has been a crazy comeback. It's been like multiple comebacks. But now that I'm here, I'm healthy, I have an opportunity to help lead this team in a way that I've never done since I've been in the league, and I'm super, super grateful to have the opportunity. I've got some really, really incredible teammates, got some amazing coaches who believe in me, who breathe life into me every single day. And so all I can do is make the most of that opportunity. It's a dream come true.
Speaking of for y'all, how does it feel to win like the way where Coach Spoon's been preaching y'all the grit and grind, where not just win, but to win the way y'all got down, have the grit and grind, and kind of play that new attitude, Chicago style basketball?
Yeah, in the locker room at halftime, she really told us if we want it or we don't. And being able to go out there and make those winning plays, I think everybody again came in and did their job, rebounding, boxing out, being able to get steals and hitting big shots. I think everybody kind of knows their role within this team, and we're still figuring each other out. But Coach Spoon does a great job coming in every practice, every day, like pushing us, keeping the energy high, even shoot around. Like shoot around is super intense too. So being able to have a coach that like is always high energy, always keep going. Like you never can think the game is over because you have a coach that really is like always energetic and believes in us.
Diamond, speaking of leadership, to have Angel, someone coming out of the 2024 rookie class, one of the biggest, coming in saying she wants to do things like you, and she's obviously following your leadership. You guys lost Wednesday, came back, fixed things, won today. So how does it feel to kind of have that sense of coachable coming from somebody like, and then you guys just come together and get it done?
Yeah, I mean, Angel's a really rare talent, being that she has to juggle a lot of different things, and to have somebody as sound-minded as her at her age, come in and have the approach that she has to work, like this is a job. She's very professional. She comes in each and every day, gives us consistency. And it's just really impressive, given the circumstances of her life and her career so early on. I'm happy to be an example for her. I will continue to wrap my arms around her, and make sure that she can have an opportunity to pursue those goals that she mentioned earlier.
Arike hit that 3 late, cut the deficit to 3, got super loud in there. A timeout was called a short second later. What was kind of the mentality in that timeout, the message in that timeout, and you guys came up with some big stops after that?
Well, I mean, Rike's a volume shooter. She's gonna get him up. All we tried to focus on is just showing hands, making sure that every shot she takes is contested. Obviously, she's a very tough shot maker. All you can do is kind of guard it as best you can and make sure that you have people around her to make it as difficult as possible. Going out there knowing that she's gonna try to take the game into her own hands. And we live with the outcome as long as we defend the right ways.
And what's been your biggest adjustment since being in the league?
Fouling. I get 6 fouls, and I told Dana I'll use them all. But I need to stop fouling so much, and being able to get these 2 games under my belt. I'll definitely be better next game. I know my teammates need me on the court, even if it's not just scoring, just rebounding, being there, being my size and my energy on the court, being so contagious. So working on fouling is something that I'm doing.
Angel, the house provides a very unique kind of difficulty and challenge with just both the size itself and the depth and the amount of size that they have. For you, being able to play against them in your first 2 games, what lessons did you learn against this size and the amount that they have that you're going to be able to take further into this season and kind of further into your career?
Yeah, I mean, I know that this is one of the bigger teams in the league. We played them twice early, so we probably won't see them again anytime soon. But knowing that you have to box out and rebound, you can't just sit under the basket. I mean, in college, I just thought I can just go up there and get the rebounds and snag them. Like, I have to really box out and actually go up there and get those rebounds because they are bigger players and stronger players than me. So I think we emphasized that a lot today, being able to go in and understand, like, they had 2 players down, and then also Monique coming in, how aggressive she is. We knew how hard she was going to crash the board. So I think everybody did a great job just coming in and just doing their job defensively and just rebounding.
2 more.
Angel, you had 11 points, 9 rebounds. How do you think you and Camilla are adjusting, especially coming from college just a few weeks ago?
Just kind of just being able to be in the moment. I know Camilla would kill to be out here. She's been a great teammate to all of us, encouraging on the sideline. I'm super excited when she gets back. But we only can focus on the things that we have in hand. So I'm just trying to do my job as best as I can, whatever my teammates need me to do, set screens, be a leader, be a voice vocal, whatever they need me to do right now. So I'm just figuring things out on the fly and just living life.
Last one.
I started you to play that home opener official game with the count. So I know you play preseason. I'll tell you I'll get back home to Chicago and have that official home debut and get the crowd behind you.
Well, we're gonna have to focus on New York first. I mean, I'm sure New York is gonna want to see us again, but of course, going back home to Chicago, the environment was crazy. Just only having season ticket holders in there, so I know a great show out is gonna come when we play Saturday. But we have to focus on New York first.
Thank you, players. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good job, guys. Alrighty, we'll go to questions for Coach in person, and then we'll try to hit some on Zoom.
Teresa, what would you say was the biggest difference between your team's 4th quarter performance Wednesday night and tonight?
Was a desire to win. They were hungry to get it done. We bettered ourselves in the second half of things that we wanted to accomplish and how we wanted to play, how we wanted to defend, how we must rebound. And that second half was huge for us. And we were still down going into the 4th, but we felt like we had a little momentum and it shifted in our favor.
And then turnovers. Do you feel like that's just a response to this team still getting to know each other? What would you say was attributed to that?
Yes, it is. We're getting to know one another, and they were doing exactly what was asked of them. And of course, we were turning it over, trying to share it a little bit too much, and trying to get the ball in areas that we couldn't get it in. But I was comfortable with what they were trying to do, and knowing that those are things that we can correct. All those things are adjustable and correctable. So of course, we don't want to turn it over as much as we did, but we're learning one another. We're learning how to play together and the things that matter. So it's big. It's big that we'll get back on the floor, get back into the gym, and we'll correct those things. We're learning.
What did you think of Marina's three to open the floor?
She's a shot taker. She's a believer. She's confident, and I'm confident in what she does. When Marina gets going, it's very contagious. She's a leader out there. She's able to score the ball from deep, mid-range, get to the rim, and she's also able to find her teammates. She did a heck of a job for us down the stretch.
Does it mean anything a little bit special to get your first win here in Texas, your native state?
Never thought about it, but it was good to know that my family was here.
With Arika being a good shot taker too under pressure, when it was close, how did you guys, what was your message? Was it just keep an eye on her, or was it just everybody?
The message was clear from the moment we stepped out here: stay very close to Arika. She's dangerous. And with the ball in her hands, we knew that she was going to try to do even more for her team to win at home. And of course she did. You know, she's very difficult to defend. She's an incredible talent. So it's very, very hard to play against her, the way that she plays, how hard she plays. So we had to stay locked in on what the details of how we must guard her.
Probably did your team kept your composure with all the crazy calls, wild environment, nobody got no technicals or anything like that?
We can't worry about those things. We have to focus in on what we have to do to better ourselves. If the call is made, call is made. If the call is not made, call is not made. We have to get back and get ourselves, recompose ourselves and get ourselves going.
Coach, Kennedy Carter, in the second half, I thought she really turned it up. Can you just talk about just her impact on the game?
And she was amazing. She was amazing. She's an incredible talent. She's finding her way. She's finding her way, getting her legs underneath her, finding out what her role is and how she's going to play her role. As you can see, she's electric. And we're super excited to have her with us.
All right, we'll go to Zoom. We'll do a couple on Zoom. We'll start with Carly.
Hey, Coach Spoon, congratulations on your first win. Just what do you have to say about Elizabeth Williams' performance on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively?
Just said that I had a conversation with her before I came in here and told her how special she was, and battling all night long with them down there in the paint, and then trying to box out, trying to rebound for us, and then being there to anchor our defense by blocking shots. She did so many incredible things for us. It's unreal what she did for us, and I'm super excited for her, the confidence that's building and building every day in her, and you can see it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jordan.
Hey, Coach Teaspoon, congrats on the win. So I want to talk about the free throws because you guys shot better from the free throw line, particularly Angel Reese did. Was that one of the things you got on her and the team about when you guys looked at film to correct the mistakes that were made in the first game?
We worked too much and too long on free throws to step up there and shoot the way that we did the first game, but it happens. Those things happen. So what do you do to bounce back from it? You work at it again. You go right back to the drawing board. And we were pretty aggressive getting to the rim, and we got to the free throw line very confident that we could knock it down, and they did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I was wondering, you talked about earlier in training camp about creating an identity offensively and really trying to stay pat to that throughout the season. And I was wondering, without Camilla and Izzy on the floor, how do you keep that consistency and how do you keep that identity going without changing it too much?
We have to do what we have to do. It's like next man up until Camilla and Izzy gets better. We have to do what we have to do until we can get them on the floor. And we know when they do come, that it's going to be incredible for us and the things that we can do when they do hit the floor. So right now we're trying to hold it up until they get here, play the best basketball we possibly can play with the amount of energy that we want to play with on the defensive side of the ball, because that's where it starts for us. And that's what happened in the second half is we turned it up defensively. You did Dana. Dana was incredible. She put pressure on the ball from one end to the other, and it helped us down the stretch.
We'll end with Steven.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on your first regular season win. You kind of had like a segue into my question, which was late in the game, you all picked up your pickup points a little bit further up the floor and executed more like the helper scenarios. I was curious, what was your assessment of that fourth quarter execution on defense? And do you feel like that was you all kind of leaning more into the identity that you want to play late in games defensively?
Well, that's who we are. That's who we are. What you saw down the stretch is who we are, really working ourselves really hard to become an incredible defensive team who wants to be about stops and then offensive runs. And when you saw us turn it up defensively, it really fueled us on the offensive side of the ball. There was a little bit of execution. We were running, getting easy buckets in transition. So we turned it up defensively. And that started with Dana picking the ball up and making them have to utilize a little bit of their shot clock. And that helped us a lot.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone, for
Thank you,
joining.
guys. Thank
Thank you.